Today, we're going to hear from Fred Weiss, who is the Executive Director of Samaritan Purse Canada. They've recently brought an emergency field hospital over to Calgary, Alberta, and this will help to support medical aid from disasters around the globe. So we're so excited to have him join us today. Welcome, Fred. It's so good to have you here with us.
Well, thank you, Emily. I'm pleased to join you today. I'm pleased to talk to you about our emergency field hospital.
Yeah, so why don't you tell us, I know personally, I didn't know what an emergency field hospital was until I heard about this. So tell us what that is.
Well, Emily, an emergency field hospital is a fully customizable mobile hospital. It can be configured in any way to meet the needs of where we're deploying it anywhere in the world. It can be configured as simple as an outpatient clinic or as a fully functioning hospital that can serve, say, up to 200 patients a day with surgical capability to perform 30 surgeries or more per day. It's equipped with laboratories, pharmacies. It has a critical care unit capability. There's imaging equipment that we send along with it. It also involves us sending a highly trained team of medical, technical, and trade professionals that actually allow all that technology to come to bear. Those are individuals that serve from Canada, from Germany, Australia, the United Kingdom, the United States, and elsewhere.
Wow, that's incredible. We're not just talking a little pop-up tent. I mean, this can be a full hospital there. So what does an emergency field hospital mean for Samaritan's Purse Canada?
Well, as an international, relief organization, the emergency field hospital really adds to the capacity we already have to provide immediate response to, wherever there are victims of war or disaster, famine, poverty, disease. We can take that emergency field hospital and airlift it just about any place on the planet within 24 hours. And then along with that, we send a setup team who are able to then put that hospital onto its site. And depending on the nature of the configuration, whether it's a simple or a very complex hospital, set it up in anywhere from 24 to 36 hours and start seeing patients. For example, our first hospital we set up in 2016 in Ecuador. And since that time, we've deployed over 20 field hospitals around the world. We have a growing roster of disaster assistance response professionals. These are doctors, nurses, technicians, engineers, pharmacists, logisticians from across Canada. And when the need comes, we just contact them. And for those who are ready to deploy, they go with the emergency field hospital in just about any location. One of the unique benefits, by the way, of an emergency field hospital is we can place it exactly where the need is. So that individuals needing care don't need to come great distances. But when we do deploy it, we can deploy it remotely. It comes with its own generators, water treatment systems. And so we're able to be pretty much self-sufficient once we're in place.
It's incredible because, if you turn on the news, you're hearing of a lot of global crises these days. And so this is such a practical and yet such a critical area to support and help across the globe. So how do you transport this field hospital to the different parts of the world?
Well, our emergency field hospital here in Canada is located in our Calgary warehouse. We're just adjacent to the international airport here, and Samaritan's Purse has DC-8 and a 757 cargo jet that allow us to take that field hospital anywhere on the globe, as I say, within about 24 hours. Once we land overseas, from there we can truck it to the site where we're going to place it. Or if it's very remote, we've done this before, we take it by helicopter and move it in module by module and then erect it there.
So it really is that flexible to be able to take to all different parts of the world.
Yes, it's designed with heavy-duty equipment. It's made to go and stand the rigors of travel and transport and being set up in difficult places.
Amazing. Well, tell us about some of your recent work that you've been doing in Turkey and Ukraine over this past year.
Well, in 2022, after the war broke out in Ukraine, we deployed 5 emergency field hospitals in Ukraine Some of them were more simple outpatient clinics, but we did also deploy some fully functional hospitals there. Last year in Ukraine, in response to the 7.4 earthquake, we deployed an emergency field hospital in Antakya. They have an 1,100 bed hospital there, but it was rendered useless because of the earthquake. So we pitched the emergency field hospital in the parking lot. And as our teams arrived on the ground, there was one ambulance after another coming. Our teams were triaging patients in the parking lot. They had already aligned the parking lot there with the bodies of people who had succumbed to the disaster prior to our team getting there. When we did get on the ground, though, we were able to set up the hospital, get it in place, and we served over 8,000 patients. We performed more than 270 surgeries, and we're just thankful to the Lord that we were able to see lives saved as a result.
It's incredible. Well, we know what we've been praying for you, and we will continue to do so. And those that are watching, to continue to pray for all the work that you're doing across the globe. And we thank you for that. For anybody that wants more information on how they can support this field hospital, that you can go to our website at 700club.ca. Fred, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you so much, Emily. Thank you for your prayers.